pot shop, weed shops in the city of Watertown. I guess Councilwoman Ruggiero is trying to bring those back or go back and have them in the city. I was against it. This would be my question that would have to be asked and answered. How does having weed shops, pot shop, in the city of Watertown benefit the city? Now, some may say, well, there might be some more tax revenue. Maybe. But overall, and I remember when I was mayor, we heard from people in Colorado that initially said, yeah, we got this money, but at the end of the day, wasn't worth it. How does it benefit the city? How does it benefit a neighborhood in the city? That would be my question. Good afternoon. You're on the live at 5. I keep saying hotline. Hello. Nobody there. I don't know what's going on. So, I mean, that would be a question is how does it benefit the city? Does it make it a better place? Does it enhance? Does it improve? Does it bring good clientele in? The city's going to get a portion of sales tax revenue. If there's a special tax or something, I guess, they might get. Good afternoon, live at 5. No, still nothing. Oh, well. I think the council should answer that. I think citizens should want to know how it benefits the community. How is having a pot shop on whatever street going to enhance that neighborhood? What else? I guess on the city council agenda, there's going to be a resolution to, what's the resolution? A resolution authorizing limited waiver of attorney-client privilege and testimony by former Harris Beach attorneys in the ethics proceeding against Councilman Ullman. So I think they want to waive that liability and bring that out, which brings up the ethics proceeding in question. I caught a few minutes of the mayor's show today, and the concern with the fact that I brought forward an ethics complaint. Now, I guess if you don't think there should be ethics or ethics concerns or complaints or any standards, that's fine. But you should eliminate the Code of Ethics, Chapter 32 in the code book, which has been around since 1970, and you should get rid of that. Get rid of the ethics board. Get rid of it all. If you don't care what information is shared or given out of executive session. Now, I think this where, and I don't know if we agree or disagree. I honestly don't with myself and the former mayor. I don't know if he's just kind of trying to stir the pot. I suspect he's stirring the pot a little bit. Some of it he might say, well, that's no big deal, and you can release that information. Either you're able to or you're not. Either you follow the rules or you don't follow the rules. At what point and who decides when you can and cannot release the information? And look, there's an independent body that made a ruling, and it was unanimous. And the council should look at it and proceed. If they don't want to, that's fine. Then they should eliminate Chapter 32 of the Code of Ethics, because what's the sense of having it if you're never going to follow it, right? I mean, if you're setting this precedent and you're not going to follow the Code of Ethics, get rid of it. That's pretty simple. You don't have to. Now, I heard when I was listening to the concern about, I guess there was dollars spent around $19,000, and there was that concern. And look, nobody wants government dollars wasted or spent on things that they shouldn't. If the council focused on, Dealmaker on Main Ave paying its taxes, which I think is in the tune of $75,000+, they didn't pay, my understanding is. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, correct me. But they had a deal, and my understanding is they didn't pay the taxes. It was a court deal. which is $75,000+. That would have taken care of that ethics thing and then some. Why do they get away with not paying their taxes? Now, I am sure you're going to hear, well, this wasn't done right. The reality is you got 3 years to pay your taxes before anything goes into effect. Why wasn't it paid up front? That's my question.